River Thru-hike series of 2014, and this is the long-awaited gear video. Show you all the junk that I am going to put on my back and lug for 170 miles. So let me just say that I'll put the link to the spreadsheet, which includes all the weights, measurements, tax, title, and license, as well as my food. I'll put that down in the description. You can click on that and follow along if you'd like. And as far as weights go, you know, I've done my best. Some of the stuff may change here, you know, give or take a couple grams, but you know, it's close enough for government work, as they say. And basically, the gear that I have may not work for you, may work. So this is just kind of an idea of what I'm carrying with me, and you know, what I plan to hopefully use, and nothing more. The temperatures are going to be lower than really I would like them to be. We're still kind of having weird weather where it's 75 one day and 40 the next. So we're not really sure what's going to happen. So we'll have to deal with that. Anyway, I'm going to adjust the camera. I'll bring you in. I'll go through each little segment. I won't dally too long, hopefully, on it. And if you have any questions, want to see more stuff in depth, go ahead and drop a comment below or on the Facebook page, and I'll make a video or answer it right there. I've done a video on a lot of this stuff, so let's bring the camera in and we'll start showing you the gear that I've got, and then I'll show you what I'm going to wear, and then I'll show you how I'm going to pack it into the pack. Alright, we're going to start out with the pack and the camping supplies. Okay, this is going to include the ULA circuit. This is for the most part unmodified. I removed the handholds and the hydration bladder and the little mesh pouch, and on one side I did extend the compression strap. I just undid it, sewed a little bit extra on there to make it a little bit longer. Inside we've got a Z-Packs pack liner that's built to fit the circuit. This is a modified Walmart special pack cover. I did a video on that. This is my Dutch Gear sit pad. I'm kind of liking this. It's pretty small. It's compact. The Enlighten Equipment's 20-degree down quilt. This has an extra ounce of down added to it as well, and the weight will include the two pad straps that go with it. This is the Thermarest X-Therm Large. This is the 25-inch wide one, 72 inches long, and then we have the Tarp Tent Double Rainbow. I've got 6 groundhog steaks in there with the Z-Packs steak bag inside here, as well as the pole. So that's pretty much the camping and sleeping department. Alright, because the temperatures are going to be a little bit colder than expected, I'm going to bring my down jacket. I kind of debated on this, but I think I'm going to go ahead and take it. It's a weight penalty I think will be useful. This is a JCPenney special. You can find these now in the springtime for like 15-20 bucks. Definitely worth it for a down jacket, JCPenney. This is just a generic fleece. It's just a pullover. We've got the Houdini, Patagonia Houdini wind shirt. It packs up pretty small in its little pocket. It's kind of hard to get in there, so normally out in the field I just stuff it in the pocket. Dry Ducks rain pants. This is the Marmont rain jacket that I have, Super Mica, and then the Mount Laurel Design Event gloves. These are really handy for rain mitts. For warm stuff, I've got my wool buff, which I always carry with me, a pair of USGI wool liners, and just a Target C9 wind stopper hat. This will be useful in the mornings and things like that. I got my DIY camp shoes that I made, and then in here is my sleep clothes and my extra pair of socks. For sleep clothes, I do have just a t-shirt, but I am bringing a pair of merino wool long johns. These are the Costco Paradox brand, and I also have a big pair of socks that I can wear with the camp shoes and help the right socks dry out. I'll be carrying this spare set of socks. That's the Right Sock Escape 2, I think is what they are. It's crew length, and that's the same pair of socks that I'll be wearing as I'm hiking. Alright, moving on. So this is going to be my food bag. This is the Z-Packs bear bagging kit, and I've got inside here, you know, obviously my food. I got my spoon inside there, which is the Sea to Summit Alpha Light Long and I have the Z-Packs rock bag with the 50 feet of line for hanging this. For water, we're going to be using the Sawyer Mini Squeeze, and I replaced the Sawyer Dirty Bag with just this little platypus. This will fit up fine on the Sawyer. I'll do a video on the Sawyer probably when I come back, tell you how it worked out, but I think it's going to work out fine. So I'll use the 1 liter as a dirty bag, and then I'll use these two, the Smart Water bottles. This will be my drinking and drink mix water bottle, and I'll filter clean water into this 1.5 liter one, and I think that system's going to work. And if I need to carry any extra water, I've got another 2 liter bladder just in case. It's probably a little overkill, but I'd rather have the ability to carry more water than I need to just in case. Cook kit here, this is going to be the Tokes 550 milliliter with the Esbit stove, a little DIY heat shield, and windscreen in there, as well as a light load towel to kind of keep all that from messing up the pot. Alright, I got my first aid kit, chapstick, sunscreen, and my hygiene kit here, the Z-Packs toothbrush, and a little half a comb and things like that. I got long hair, I got to comb that stuff out, otherwise it may kill me during the night. I got a compass, base plate compass, and my maps. I split my maps up into 3 sections. I mailed the 3rd section in my drop box, and so then these are split up, and I'll just carry 1 section in my back pocket with me, so I have maps on me at all times. The other set will go into the pack. This is a poop kit, eco wipes or the bio wipes, a little powder for chafing, that sort of thing. Onto electronics. This is where I get killed as far as weight goes, but I got the Pencil Tika Plus 2 headlamp. This is a Garmin Dakota 20. I'll be using this basically to run the whole track, and that way, 1, I'll have all the stats on the track, and 2, I can make that track available so people in the future who want to do this will have a decent track to follow. My phone, I'll pull the cover or the case off this phone, and then the big brick here, which is the battery brick, that is going to recharge the camera, which I'm using right now. That's the Kodak PlaySport ZX5. I also brought a wall charger in case we're at like a restaurant or something we can plug in. I can recharge my phone, camera, or just the battery block itself. I have spare batteries for the GPS, and then another set of spare batteries for the headlamp. These are all lithium because they're lighter and they're going to deal better with the cold and last longer. And I do have a spare memory card. I've never needed one before, but this is 10 days, so I may need it. So that's pretty much all the gear that I have. It looks like a lot, but it compresses down once you put it into the pack. So let me kind of move some of the stuff around, and I'll start packing up the backpack and show you where I'm going to be putting all my gear and how it all fits into a nice, comfortable little package to put on my back for 170 miles. Alright, so I may pack a little bit different than other folks, maybe not. So hopefully this will give you an idea. I used to put my food on top, but just because there's such a large amount of food, I'm going to stick it in the bottom, and it's a lot easier to pack this pack when it's on the ground and not on the table, let me tell you that. So anyway, I stick the food in there, and I kind of twist the bag a little bit so it kind of moves forward a little bit, seems to fit a little bit better, and evens out the bottom. Once I get that put in there, it kind of gives me a little stability. And we're going to take the pack liner, and we'll stuff the pack liner in there, and then I stick the quilt right in next. Alright, so once the quilt is in there, I stuff it down with no bag or anything. I just stuff it in there loose into all the little crevices. I do the same thing with my down jacket. Just shove it in there. Once the jacket's in there, I'll stick in my sleeping pad and just try to get that worked into a good spot. Once I get the sleeping mat in there, then I just start piling in some of the rest of the things I'm going to need. If it's not cold or anything like that, I'll take my gloves and buff and that sort of thing, toss them in there. If I think it's going to be cold during the day and I'm hiking, I can carry the gloves and the buff in my cargo pocket. Take my sleeping clothes, take my electronics. If you're putting your phone or something in there, make sure to have the volume on your phone. That way when you're pressing down and compressing, you don't actually turn it on and not realize it. Hygiene kit, first aid kit. The camp shoes I'm going to put on the outside after I seal this up, because these might be wet and that way they won't get my stuff wet. Last thing I'll put in is my fleece. That kind of gives me a little padding on top, and it's probably going to be the first thing that I grab out of my pack. Seal that up, and I'm going to compress it down. I'm going to put this on the ground and really kind of crank into it so I can roll it up. Alright, so once the bag is compressed down, I seal it up, and I'll stick in my camp shoes, and I'll stick in my cook kit as well. The nice thing about having a small cook kit. And then I'll just roll the roll top on the circuit, like it nice and tight. A lot easier to do when it's on the ground and not at chest level. My cook kit does stick out a little bit. I'm not too worried about it though. And I can readjust this if I need to. As I mentioned, I modified this compression strap here to give me a little bit more room. Make it easier for me to slide this tent down on the outside and cinch it up. Over on this other side, I'm tossing a water bottle, and I can either put this in the strap on the front, on the shoulder pouch, or slide it in there. It doesn't really matter. So on the back side here, we're just going to go ahead and start shoving in the stuff. This is the stuff that I'm going to want to get to during the day. I'm going to put in my poop kit. I'm going to put in my rain gear. And we're just shoving all this in there. Rain pants. Got a sit mat, wind shirt, things like that. And then we'll get the filter and the water bladders in there as well. And obviously you're probably organize this maybe a little bit better if I was actually out in the field. And the last thing that we throw in the back is the day's food. And I can just kind of slide in there. And now I don't ever need to get inside of my pack during the day unless I need my fleece or my puffy jacket. In these pouches out here, we're going to put compass, windscreen, chopstick, map, and whistle on one side. On the other side, we can toss in headlamp, rain mitts, camera, and gum. I like to carry gum as well. And that's pretty much about it. Like I said, the cook kit kind of sticks out funny. You can put that in this pouch if you didn't want to. You can put it in the back. However you want to arrange it, it doesn't really matter. It's not putting too much stress because I have a cozy around it, so I'm not worried about it tearing or anything like that. And so that kind of does that up. The pack cover, I'll either stuff in a back pouch or actually put on, depending upon the weather. If I have stuff hanging out in the back, like I can put a hat, or I can put my fleece in the bungee cords on the back here, then I might want to put the fleece or the pack cover on to make sure the fleece doesn't catch on sticks and things like that. Just kind of just give you an idea how it looks when I'm wearing this. Tent isn't too bad. You look over and it doesn't really bother your sight too much. And GPS, I'll just clip on right here. You can get add-on pouches and things like that, but for the most part it works out pretty decent. You can, like I said, put the water here. I have some issues with the full smart water bottles because they're slick. They want to slide out a little bit. So it's almost just easy enough to stick it right in there. So there you go, with water and the food that I have in here, it comes in at about 32 pounds total. So it's a bit heavier than I would like it, but it is what it is. The gear itself on spreadsheet comes out to about 17 pounds, and that's not too bad. It's lighter than most and a bit heavier than I want it, but you know, there's a lot of things. I got a lot of luxury in here. I got a 2-man tent, you know, I got extra insulation. So there's a lot of luxury in this pack. So let me move this and I'll show you the clothes that I'm going to be wearing on the trek. Alright, so the clothes that I'm wearing, I debated long and hard about the shirt that I'm going to wear. This is a Russell Outdoors merino wool. It's quarter zip. I bought this at Cabela's. It's the APX series, I guess. It's a little bit heavier than a lightweight, but not really quite a midweight apparently. So I'd say probably like a 175 maybe. It has thumb loops. It's pretty nice. I was either going to wear that or my ex officio button-up airstrip shirt, but with the temperatures being kind of as cold as they are, I think I'm just going to wear this. I'll probably sweat during the day, but it is what it is. Pants, I got the Columbia Silver Ridge. These are still working. They're convertible pants. I like those because I can open up the zippers and vent my legs a little bit. We'll see how it goes. This is what I have, and that's what I'm wearing. Bandana in the back pocket. Right socks. These are the Cascadia 7s with the Your Soul inserts, liners, whatever. What are those things called? Anyway, they're working all right. I got a hole in the side. I'm hoping they hold up for the 170 miles, but I think these will be retired soon. Just a pair of starter boxers. We're using the Dirty Girl Gators. These things are awesome. They're like 20 bucks. They work really well with shoes, so you know, go get you a pair. Just a little belt from REI. I find that adjustable belts are really nice, rather than the belts with the holes, you know, for the little metal tongue, because you can tailor it a little bit better, and you know, whether you're losing weight or not. On the hat, this is the Sun Tripper by Sunday Afternoons. It's a vented hat, and it's a little bit lighter and a little bit more. It's going to dry a lot faster than just a regular ball cap, and it folds and can go into your pocket. And then my trekking poles are the Black Diamond corks. I got Gorilla Tape on one, and then my custom camera mount on the other to use that. So for the most part, my phone will probably go in my pocket. I like to keep the phone in the pocket. One, it's on me and not in my pack, and two, I can always put it in standby mode and use it to take pictures, which is nice. And if it's cold out, your phone battery is going to die because of the cold. So if you keep it on your body, it'll keep it warm, and it's going to last a lot longer. Same with the camera. If it's really cold, I'm going to slide the camera in one of my pockets. If it's cold, I'm going to take the Sawyer Mini and I'm going to stick it in my pocket as well. And hopefully they're small. Everything's small enough that it won't bulk up too much when I'm hiking. And in my back pocket, I'll keep my ID and money on me, just in case, you know, I fall in a ravine, somebody can identify me without having to go through a pack. And so that's pretty much about it for the gear. Like I said, it's kind of a lot, but I think I got all the bases covered, and with not too many luxuries in there, with the exception of electronics for the camera. But the PlaySport doesn't have a removable battery, so I need to charge it every couple days, and I think that little anchor brick is going to work out well. Alright, so that's pretty much about it, and I appreciate you guys watching, and until the next video, I want you guys to go out and have an adventure of your own.